Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I am the creator and author of the Get Resultsology system and a dedicated accountability coach. My mission is to empower solopreneurs to unlock their true potential, boost their income, and achieve extraordinary success by maximizing productivity, streamlining their businesses, and aligning their goals with their authentic vision and purpose. So, if you're ready to turn ambition into action and transform your goals into reality, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Mike Capuzzi. Mike is an author, book coach, and publisher who helps business owners and entrepreneurs create short, helpful books, which he calls shooks. Since 1998, he's helped thousands market smarter through his proven publishing system. Mike has authored 19 books, including the 100-page book and the magic of short books, and hosts the Author Factor podcast, where he spotlights non-fiction business authors and their success strategies. Mike, welcome to Goalbusters.
Robin, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Whereabouts in the world are you, Mike?
I am in Pennsylvania in the United States.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right outside Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
Famous part of the world. Fascinating.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Okay. Shall we do the questions?
Absolutely.
All right. I'll get the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Mike, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
So, Robin, my ideal client for my book publishing program is a local, what we call here in the United States, Main Street type business owner. Typically, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, lawyers, professional service providers are our best. Coaches, consultants, for example, someone like yourself, actually. So typically, they're bricks and mortar, so they typically have an office, a physical location, not everyone. But they are men and women who serve others by helping them with either a specific service, consulting, etc. So that's who we help. I've helped, as you mentioned, thousands of them since, oh my gosh, almost 30 years now. And it's been a real honor and privilege to work with all these people and really try to get them moving forward.
Fantastic. And talking of moving them forward, what exactly is the problem that you solve? Which is a terribly worded question. Are the problems that you solve?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't come as any shock, Robin, that most business owners are living in what I call the sea of sameness. And what that means is every dentist in your neighborhood probably markets and promotes themselves the same way as the other one, or every chiropractor, whatever it is. So I help them differentiate themselves by being an author, a book author. You and I were talking about that earlier, right? The authority amplifier, if you will. It's a proven fact. If you take let's say two dentists, one is a published book author, one is not, most consumers will perceive the published book author as a higher level expert, more of a recognized authority. So being a published book author, and in my case, a short book author, really can help someone differentiate themselves in their business.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. And so what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to solve that problem or go some way towards it?
Well, it's going to be a self-serving thing, but it's going to be to read The Magic of Short Books, which I'm going to give your listeners and viewers for free at the end of our conversation. But that is a book I wrote. It'll take you about an hour to read. And it has literally transformed so many business owners' lives because I lay out a very specific strategy, a very specific recipe for a short, helpful book, a book that takes about an hour to read. So I'm giving your listeners, that's one of 3 books I'm giving your listeners at the end of this conversation.
Well, as you say, that is quite self-serving, but also very selfless. That's a really kind offer. Thank you very much. Wonderful. All right. So now that we have a better understanding of what you do, let's dive into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals, which, if you're talking about authors, that's quite a topic that I'm sure comes up a lot. So could you share any tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits, please?
Yeah. I love this question. And I thought about it. And I need to make one kind of left turn to correct or just update something you said in the introduction. So I no longer host the Author Factor podcast. I did it for 5 years, 250 episodes. At episode 250, I stopped it. And I changed it. I still podcast. I'm still a host. But now my podcast is called The Better Health Bookshelf. So where I was interviewing business owner authors, et cetera, and just focusing on them, today, I interview health and wellness book authors because that is my true passion these days, is helping people get healthier, whether it's mental health, physical health, nutrition, whatever it might be. Chances are an expert has written a book about it, and I introduce my listeners to those books. So the productivity tip I would share, Robin, probably a bit different than other guests, is I would say, you need to be as healthy as possible. Your body needs to be as healthy as possible. Your mental health needs to be as healthy as possible. And I think when you are healthy and your body is performing at an optimal level, whatever that might be for you, then all the other stuff sort of starts falling in, line. Doesn't mean it's going to fix it, but I don't believe anyone can be their most productive self, whether it's, reading a book on how to do it or, writing things down, whatever the typical productivity, setting goals, all of that's important. But if you're neglecting your health and wellness, you'll never be as good as you can possibly be, in my opinion.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, absolutely. It is actually something I cover in my book, I'm happy to say, but definitely not in as much detail as I'm sure you cover in your body of work. But I also just say from firsthand experience, I woke up a week ago with a pulled muscle in my back. Talk about one of the most unproductive things that you can have. Yeah. My family said to me the other day, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. But you look like you're in a lot of pain." I said, "Yeah, I'm really annoyed. It's really costing me time. Never mind the fact that I'm in pain. I can manage that. Fortunately, it's not serious, which is a blessing. But yeah, absolutely. You do have to.
Well,
that's unfortunate, but look, health is a management thing as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's a great analogy, by the way. Even though that's sort of a specific situation, it is a metaphor for being unhealthy, whether it's metabolically unhealthy, overweight, dealing with mental challenges, et cetera. So yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually I do stop short in my book of telling people how to look after themselves because I'm not an expert on it, right, and because everybody's different. But the basic advice is look after yourself, and that's universal. All right. So finally, that's great. Thank you for that. What should I have asked you today, Mike, that I didn't, and what would your answer be?
I think an interesting question, Robin, would be, can a short book that's only about 100 pages and about 15,000 words, I know your book, by the way, congratulations on your first book, is a little bit longer. So you know what your word count is. I recommend about a 15,000 word book. Can a short book really be that powerful? And can I even do it? Can I even write one? The answer is absolutely yes. I have published now 20 books, and most of them are short books. I've literally sold tens of thousands of my short books, helped thousands of people. And yes, a short book can change the world.
Yes. I wish I'd met you 5 years ago because I 100% agree with you. Yeah. I've ended up with a long book, and now I spend half my life figuring out ways to deliver the content in shorter form. Because it's a book about procrastination and productivity, and procrastinators don't like reading books. They don't mind buying them, but they don't like reading them. Although that said, I did read a lot. Yeah, definitely short form. Short is better if you, and it's a real skill, and you do need help with this to write it in a skillful way and get the knowledge across without losing the key points that you need to get across for people to be beneficial. So yeah, huge. Love what you do. Speaking of loving what you do, you have mentioned it, and I'm going to ask you now, how can people reach you, and how can they get their hands on these amazing, valuable free resources?
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Robin. I appreciate it. And by the way, you're doing a short form podcast, right? So we're experiencing the power of a short, helpful podcast right now. So as I mentioned, you can get a digital copy of The Magic of Short Books. You can also get a book I wrote called The Magic of Gratitude and The Magic of Working Together, 3 little books, 3 little short books. If you go to MikeCapuzzi.com, I know you're going to have the link. And then the special link for your listeners, Robin, is MikeCapuzzi.com/magic. I call that my little magic kit. And, read them. You can read them, do whatever. I give you the exact formula that I've encouraged, again, thousands of people to use. And you'll see for yourself the power of a short book.
Fantastic. And like all magic tricks, once you know the trick, you realize it's really simple, but you do have to learn the trick. So I really encourage people, get the books, because that's definitely, I know what I'm doing this afternoon. I'm going straight there as soon as we hang up. Mike, that's been terrific. Thank you so much. That absolutely brilliant. I love what you do. Genuinely wish I'd met you 5 years ago. It would have saved me a lot of angst. So and I'm glad you're out there doing it for other people. So Mike Capuzzi, thank you so much.
Robin, thank you.
You're very welcome. So, and remember, please keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.